The email landed in my inbox on a Tuesday morning, as I was going through the quarterly financial reports for my beachfront properties division. The subject line read, "Family event, your attendance not required, Sarah. After careful thought, your father and I have concluded that you should not come to my retirement party at Ocean View Resort next month. Your being there would only create unnecessary awkwardness, and honestly, this is my resort and my celebration. The whole family believes this is the right decision. Mother." I read the message twice, then placed my phone aside and turned my attention back to the revenue spreadsheets covering my desk. Ocean View Resort, my signature acquisition bought 5 years earlier when it was just a struggling 2-star motel, had delivered a 340% rise in yearly earnings following the complete overhaul. My phone vibrated with notifications from the family group chat that someone had added me to without my permission. Brother Marcus wrote, "Mom's correct. You always make situations uncomfortable." Sister Jennifer added, "We want Mom's special day to go perfectly. You get it, right?" Dad chimed in, "This is your mother's choice. Kindly respect it." I didn't reply. I had realized long ago that trying to explain myself to them was a waste of time. At 28 years old, I had shown up at exactly 2 family get-togethers over the last 5 years. Each time I had arrived in my 7-year-old Honda, dressed in clothes from Target, and endured talks about getting a proper job and building a normal life. They had no idea about the property management firm I had started and grown myself. They knew nothing about the 12 beach properties I owned in 3 different states. And they certainly had no clue that their beloved vacation spot, the very resort where Mom hosted her book club gatherings, where Jennifer held her wedding reception, and where Marcus had proposed to his wife, actually belonged to me. Ocean View Resort had been my first big purchase. I acquired it through a private holding company, completely renovated it, and turned it into a premium 4-star destination. My family had found the place 2 years back and immediately claimed it as their favorite location. Mom had even mentioned to me once, in one of our rare conversations, that she had become friends with the owner and received special family discounts. Those so-called special rates were simply the regular prices. I had specifically told my manager, Patricia Hammond, to handle my family exactly like any other guests. No reductions, no VIP treatment. They had never asked the right questions to figure out the truth. 3 weeks before the retirement celebration, Mom phoned. "Sarah, I need you to understand one thing," she started without any hello. "This resort is incredibly important to me. I've invested years developing a connection with the owner. They've assured me the full beachfront ballroom for my event." I made a small sound of acknowledgement while continuing to type an email to my accountant. 200 guests, she went on. The mayor is attending. All my former co-workers from the hospital will be there. This is my moment, and I refuse to have you present in your usual, well, you know the way you dress. What would everyone think? I understand, I replied softly. Good. I knew you would be sensible about this. Oh, and please don't reach out to any family members that weekend. We don't want any unnecessary scenes. She ended the call. I finished my email, then dialed Patricia. Patricia, I need the full information on the Anderson retirement function plan for next month. Papers shuffled on her side. June 15th. Beachfront ballroom reserved for 200 guests. Complete catering service. Mrs. Anderson has been quite particular. She has altered the menu 4 times and demands very specific seating layouts. She repeatedly mentions having a special connection with the ownership. Has she made the deposit? Actually, no. She claimed she would handle all payments after the event. She was very firm that her understanding with the owners permitted that arrangement. I leaned back in my chair. What's the complete amount? Including all her extra requests, $48,000. Send her the standard agreement that requires a 50% deposit within 7 days. Patricia paused. She's going to call and protest. She always does whenever we request payment up front. I'm aware. Send it regardless. The call arrived the following morning. Sarah, I don't have time for this nonsense. Mom snapped instead of greeting me. Some useless staff member at the resort is insisting on money before the event. Can you believe their attitude? After all the business I've brought them, call them right now and fix this. I was parked outside a property inspection in Miami. Mom, I don't work at the resort. I can't do that. Don't be difficult. Just phone them and explain that you're my daughter and this behavior is unacceptable. Use that professional tone you sometimes use. Be helpful for once." She disconnected before I could say anything more. I immediately called Patricia. She reached out to me personally. "What did you say to her?" "Nothing. She didn't let me speak." I watched seagulls circling above the hotel parking area. Do not relax any rules. Standard contract. Standard schedule. 2 weeks before the celebration, Jennifer called. "Sarah, Mom is extremely anxious about this resort issue. They are being totally unfair about the payment. Since you're not attending the party anyway, the least you can do is assist in sorting this out. I was examining architectural plans for a new acquisition in Charleston. Assist how? Call the resort. Make a complaint, post negative reviews, anything. Mom has supported their business for so long. This is no way to treat faithful customers. Jennifer, I truly cannot help. Of course you can't. You never do. Are you too occupied with your small apartment management role to support your own family?" She let out a loud sigh. "Mom has always been right about you." The call ended abruptly. Marcus sent a text message an hour later. "Mom is in tears. Hope you're satisfied. 10 days before the event. Mom's deposit had still not been received." Patricia called me while I was in a meeting with investors. "Miss Anderson, your mother visited the resort today. She demanded to speak with the owner. She still doesn't realize that's you, obviously. She strongly claimed she had a verbal agreement for complimentary use of the venue. What was your response?" I informed her that the owner does not hold meetings without prior scheduling, and that every agreement must be documented according to our standard policy. She labeled me incompetent and threatened to have me dismissed. I shut my eyes for a brief moment. Issue the final warning. If the deposit is not received within 48 hours, cancel the booking and free up the date. Understood. That same evening, Dad phoned. "Your mother is falling apart over this resort problem," he said, his tone filled with disapproval. "I know you and she have had issues, but this is her retirement celebration. Can't you demonstrate some family support and assist her?" "Dad, I have no influence there. You always have an excuse, Sarah. Your mother has sacrificed everything for this family, and when she needs even the smallest bit of help, you refuse to step up." He stopped for a moment. "You know what? Don't reach out to us anymore. You're obviously no longer part of this family." He ended the call. The family group chat filled with messages accusing me of being selfish, of failing to support Mom in her difficult time with the resort, and of being a disappointment as a daughter and sister. I silenced the chat and continued with my work. The cancellation occurred automatically once the payment deadline expired. Patricia contacted me right away. "The system has canceled the Anderson booking. Should I contact them to confirm or?" "No. Follow standard procedure. Send the automatic cancellation notification." "Your mother is going to be extremely upset." "I know. Mom called within 20 minutes of receiving the cancellation message. They canceled my party," she shouted, just 2 weeks before the date. "Do you have any idea how embarrassing this is? The mayor was supposed to attend. All my professional colleagues from years of work." I was sitting in my home office, looking out at the ocean view from my penthouse. "Mom, I'm sorry you're going through this. Sorry, you could have stopped this with one simple phone call. But no. You're too self-centered, too worthless to help your own mother. Mom, don't mom me. I never should have given birth to you. You've been a disappointment from the very first day." Marcus was correct. "You're no longer family. Lose my number." She hung up. Jennifer sent a text. "You have ruined Mom's retirement. I hope you can live with that guilt." Marcus texted, "Never contact any of us again." Dad sent nothing. He didn't have to. I sat quietly for a long while. Then I called Patricia. "Patricia, they will probably attempt to reserve another location soon. When they do, they're likely to damage the resort's image. I need you to send something. What would you like me to send?" "Send Mrs. Anderson the complete property ownership documents. All of them. The purchase papers from 5 years ago, the renovation agreements, the official business licenses, everything that carries my name." Patricia remained silent for 3 seconds. "Are you certain?" "Send it immediately. Include a note stating that any future booking requests from the Anderson family will require full payment in advance, plus an additional $5,000 security deposit due to their past pattern of avoiding payments." "Mrs. Anderson, Sarah, once this is sent, there's no going back. I know, send it." The documents were electronically delivered at 6:47 p.m. My phone began ringing at 6:52 p.m. I did not pick up. The calls arrived in waves. Mom, Dad, Marcus, Jennifer, then Mom again, cycling through all of them. Voicemails accumulated. Text messages poured in. They moved from confusion to rage to desperation. Mom, call me right now. This must be some error. Dad, we need to discuss these papers. Jennifer, is this actually true? Marcus, you've owned the resort all this time. Mom, you allowed me to think I had a personal connection with the owner. Jennifer, my wedding reception was at your resort and you said nothing. Marcus, I proposed there. You watched me plan everything and stayed silent. Mom, what sort of daughter does something like this to her mother? I turned my phone to silent mode and poured myself a glass of wine. The following morning, I woke up to 47 missed calls and 83 text messages. I read through them while drinking coffee and watching the sunrise over the Atlantic from my balcony. Overnight, the tone had changed from anger to negotiation, excuses, and attempts at making peace. Mom, if you had only told us earlier, none of this would have happened. Dad, we could have found a solution if you had been open with us. Jennifer, family doesn't hide important things like this. Marcus, you intentionally made us look foolish. Then came the emotional manipulation. Mom, I'm experiencing chest pain because of the stress you caused. Jennifer, Dad's blood pressure is dangerously high now because of you. Marcus, you've always been envious of our achievements. Finally, the threats arrived. Mom, we will take legal action for emotional suffering. Dad, you will never see your nephews again. Jennifer, everyone will learn what kind of person you truly are. I put my phone down and called Patricia. How are things at the resort? Very calm. Your family hasn't tried to contact us again. The date has already been rebooked for a corporate team building event. They paid everything up front. Excellent. Sarah, are you all right? I gazed out at the ocean, at the resort visible in the distance, at the successful business I had created while my family continued to see me as a failure. I'm fine, Patricia. Actually, I'm doing better than fine. A week later, an email arrived from Mom's personal account, not the group chat. Sarah, I've had some time to reflect. Clearly, we all overreacted. Family is family, after all. We should resolve this. Your father and I are ready to forgive this entire misunderstanding if you will reconsider hosting the party at your resort. It would mean the world to me. We could even highlight you during the event and introduce you as the owner. Imagine the valuable connections you could make. This could benefit us both. Please let me know about possible dates. I'm open to changes. Mother, I read it twice, then archived the message without replying. My phone rang 3 minutes later. I ignored it. It rang again. And again, eventually a voicemail came through. Sarah, I know you read my email. The least you can do is reply. After all I've done for you, fine, be difficult. But don't come begging when you realize family is the only thing that matters. I am writing this from my office with a clear view of Ocean View Resort, where a corporate gathering is currently taking place. The income from this one reservation is higher than what Mom's event would have brought in, and they paid everything in advance without any issues. My phone rests quietly on the desk. The family group chat now shows 247 unread messages. I haven't opened it in 9 days. Patricia just sent an email about another promising property opportunity in Maine. The seller is eager, the location is ideal, and the financials look strong. I am scheduled to inspect it tomorrow. My family still thinks I am merely an apartment manager, even after seeing the ownership records. Marcus texted yesterday, suggesting that I probably just handle administrative work for the actual owner. Jennifer proposed that I must be in a relationship with the real boss to have my name appear on the documents. Mom left a new voicemail this morning. Your father and I have decided to give you one final opportunity to correct this. The retirement party can be moved to August. We are willing to adjust. Call me back within 24 hours. Otherwise, you are permanently removed from the family. The deadline passed 3 hours ago. I have not called back. I will not.